So I was about 20, 21 when I started to lose my hair. It was a very gradual process, and it coincided with university, so it was a very crucial time in life. It was very gradual. It just started at the crown, and I just noticed it. When I was brushing my hair, I could see it in the mirror, and I just would think I'd just kind of part my hair slightly, different ways, and it just progressed from there over a couple of years. I went to see quite a few doctors actually, because I was quite ill at the same time with a totally separate illness to do with my throat, and I was hospitalised a couple of times with it. And so after that, my hair loss progressed quite rapidly when I was about 22. So I did go to see a couple of doctors at the time, and they weren't entirely sympathetic. They're kind of left with the feeling of, well, it's only your hair, which it stayed with me for a long time. And, a few other opinions, it was just female pattern hair loss. But no solutions either way, and kind of, be on your way and be happy. I do remember at the time when it was quite advanced, I would specifically hated having my photograph taken. If there was a group of people and I had to sit down at the front, where I couldn't stand to have people behind me, I'd be sweating, and so conscious. And similarly at work, if someone came over to talk to me at the desk, I would have to stand up as well and talk to them, or kind of manoeuvre myself so that they couldn't see the top of my head, which was where the problem was. Windy conditions again, it was just a consistent 24-hour thing I had to think about. It was with me all the time. At the time, I mostly would try and arrange my hair myself. I'd comb it in certain ways, and I put clips in to try and keep it in place and cover the patches. And that was how I dealt with it mostly. I didn't even want to think about wigs. I didn't want to, admit to myself that I had a problem. I had a real problem. So I just managed it myself. And then I came here. So I found out about Lucinda Ellery's via the internet, really. There just came a day when I decided I just burst into tears one night before I was going out, and didn't want to go out. I was so upset, and my boyfriend at the time said, well, he's now my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, and said, look, we'll do something about this. Whatever it costs, we'll look into it. So the next day I got up and I just went on the internet, and every search I did brought me back to Lucinda Ellery. I would type in hair loss, solutions, prosthetics, that kind of thing, and it brought me back to Lucinda Ellery each time. So it was local to me. I decided to come in for a visit. I had no preconceptions about coming to the studio at all. I just didn't know what to expect, to be honest. And the first thing that hit me when I came through the doors was this buzzy atmosphere. It was really young, it was really dynamic, and there was lots of people in there that I felt akin to. There's lots of young girls who looked really friendly, and so that was what really struck me. It was a really warm place to come into. And then I met with Lucinda, and I was taken to this beautiful office, and we sat down, and it was just a lovely meeting this lovely woman who was interested to know my story, what had brought me here, to the studio that day, and how she could help me. And there was no hard sell. There was no, well, you should have this done and spend this amount of money, you should book it today and blah, blah, blah. It was very much, it was very holistic. And it was go away and think about it. In fact, I think if I'd said to her, I want to sign up today, she would have said, no, go and think about it. I think that was the impression I got. So I did go away and think about it, but I couldn't get it out of my head. I just wanted to come back and try it. It was a turning point in my life meeting Lucinda. I can't lie, no. The next day I went into work, and I remember work colleagues said, have you dyed your hair? What have you done to your hair? They absolutely had no idea I'd had anything done. And I confided in a couple of really good close friends at work, and they were like, I would never have said you've had something like an Intralace system put in place. They just didn't know. People mostly said, what have you done? What's different? And obviously I chose just to tell my family and friends. But now I tell people, out of interest. Yeah, I'm proud. 8 years down the line, it's totally transformed my confidence. I was a confident person. It's kind of like pre and post hair loss. And pre hair loss, I was a confident, bubbly person, and during the hair loss years, I absolutely lost my confidence. My femininity, or one's femininity, is all bound up in your hair. a lot of it is. And to start losing your hair, it just strips it away, and you feel pretty desperate and down. So to have that restored, and now I'm literally the envy of my friends with my hair. They don't, a lot of people I meet, I remember being at work one day and I was brushing my hair in the bathroom and this girl said, "You've got such lovely thick hair, Louise, you're so lucky." I was like, I know. It's in the genes. It's in the genes. So, but people just don't know, and I thank the studio every day, for my hair. I really do. Now it literally physically feels like my hair. It doesn't feel weighty or an add-on or anything, because it's all weaved in with my own hair. It just feels so natural. It really does. So, since learning to live with the system now and it becoming like my own hair, swimming, going on holiday is just a joy. It's just a joy. I dive in the pool, I swim without fear of my, coming up out of the water looking like, a little bald egg or something. It's absolutely natural. To sum up being a Lucinda Ellery client, I would say in the first instance, just life-changing, really life-changing. I hold my head up high now, I have this glorious, lustrous hair that friends are, so complimentary about. And then on a just a day-to-day basis, actually coming into the studio, it's such a warm and inviting place to come, and it's me time and it's pamper time, and I leave feeling fabulous. I would say to anyone who's in a similar situation, who's nervous about picking up the phone and perhaps starting on this journey of, regaining their hair and their confidence, to just pick up the phone and come into Lucinda Studio and meet with one of the team, because they're the nicest, warmest and caring team, who will bring you back that confidence and bring you back your hair.